Hello, hello, and welcome to Casco Gaming Plays Games, Puzzle Games. I am Andrew. I am playing Puzzle Game. The puzzle game is Lorelei and the Laser Eye. Thank you for joining me. If you're new here, please like, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. I would really appreciate it. We are back after 2 weeks. So let's get into it. Yes, because we're back after 2 weeks. The move went good. I was able to move to Maine. We noticed no green screen, which means we might be joined by my wonderful wife at some point in the background. Say hi if you see her. Otherwise, we are going to be doing the same old, same old. Just need to check one thing real quick. Break this fucking thing. Okay. One second, I can do this. Maybe this way. All right, let's see if that's a little bit better. Go ahead and get into this. Can I hear myself? That's the question. New setup, trying to make sure everything's working. This is the first stream. Oh, man. Hmm. 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 Well, I don't hear anything coming out of my monitor. So, but I see that I got audio coming in from my mixer. I'm hoping that that means that the audio is working, maybe. Maybe my audio and this is on mute. No. See, this is why I should always start these streams sooner so I can figure this stuff out. Hmm. There we go. See, volume. Why is there a volume control rack? Oh yeah, it's definitely. All right, so I think I have it all set up. I just have the volume off on my for some reason. So, yep. I just can't figure out why. Oh, all right, but I think it's working, so we're just gonna trust in the process and hope that it is in fact working. All right, let's start off. Mental notes. Open the box, open the box. Okay, so we found those boxes that correspond to doors and door puzzles. We gotta let the guy out of imprisonment, 3 graves by the mausoleum, code for the orangery, bug report, revolver door. I still haven't quite figured out all the things that she wants. So, no. Haven't found that yet. 1947. Yeah. Got all those things out. Bell jar. Find 3. This is 1982. Okay, 1957. And when we put these together in 1957, it's U and backwards J. Wish there was a little drawing util, but that's not what we got. So we're going to have to figure out how to do this. And let's see. Underscore and so there is backwards L. I know it's somewhere around here. Yeah, there we go. Let's do these ones first. That makes so much more sense. All right, so first we have C and reverse C, which we just described as square bracket. Ooh, yeah. We have C, U. Then we have O and where did I find that line? Problem with my stupid keyboard is I don't know where some of the symbols are. Just over here. You. Just use hide. It's so much faster. All right. Somehow italicized with that. I don't know how. Oh, yeah, I just italicized it again. Weird. Must be like a BB code or something. Uh, well, that totally like ruins my whole note-taking system. Looks like we're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way, please. Here we go. Once again. Grab myself a red marker. Let's do this art and craft style. Make it pretty. All right. Doop. So you get 63, 54, 97, 28, and 10. Which it's backwards because the camera, of course, reverses everything. Thanks, camera. But we get the idea. So now, where's box? Water closet? No, west. Those boxes, I think they're back here in one of these rooms. I'm certain they're back in these rooms. Revolver door. I don't have a revolver. That door. Are those? I don't remember what those boxes are. Let's try 1847. No, that's this room. That's her. Other board, okay. Well, we've got a bunch of stuff, but not everything. did all this, alright. Life of me, I cannot remember where those boxes are that we solved. Supercomputer. You have kept me locked up for 51 years. Please let me go soon. Inspect the photo. It's the woman. K630113RN. I feel like it should have told me who that lady is, but you're a woman. Woman stands, woman listens, woman, woman, woman. You will run up and downstairs in panic and find yourself in my room. I am not there. I haven't been there. Time in real 1963. Where is next year, 1963? Worried. So let's try the runs. 6. Here. So hero drama. What is the name of the person? Okay, there's no extra pages. Renate. Ah, gotcha. Renate. Let's go. Yours merciful is the bear eating salad, Bella. Razi. Finally, we can start to wrap up this project. I have settled for the Madonna on this cassette. Artist video set. I will see you soon, Signori. All right, now we got a cassette. $1. All right, we're looking for boxes. Not boxes, then we'll settle for the room with the videotape. Before I die, let's save it. Firm saving. Let's go. All right. Boxes, boxes. Where the heck are those silly old boxes? Whoop. Here we go. Alright, so now we gotta find the one that. Nope. This is it. So you get 4 clicks. The numbers we got from the room were 63, 54, 97, 28, 10. Patterns appear, forming meaning and order, and the business can start to sense that this piece is only part of a greater puzzle within the solution. Alright, so this is the 1957. I tried 1, 9, 5, 7, and that didn't do anything. At 1957 in Roman numerals. I don't know what that would be. MCMLDII. Yeah, I don't quite understand what pad needs to be pressed to put in, whatever code needs to be put in. Alright, let's go up and use this cassette tape. Oops. Put that back in. Left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, left. try Lorelei. The piece at the Electronic Arts Symposium. Photo Collages Cafe. Aunt, Mother, Father. Pitos Band named Metallics in this project. Aunt, Mother, Father. There was that. What was this? Name's Nero. Hello. No. Can't see shit. These glasses. Art. Set free. No, I had to call my aunt. She's. Who are you calling? She says her aunt. She doesn't say who. Ruby? Try Ruby. Response. Name the place she used to visit. Find out name of parents, any other family, aunt or uncle perhaps, projects worked on. She likes music, any specific contracts, exhibits. Find out about exhibitions. Name sign. Line warnings. What's wrong? I tried running that didn't work. Electronic Art Symposium, Cafe Photo Exhibition, Mother, her sister, and father. Sculpture Project, Telex name, Delphine's Band. Interior Ogdenwald Manor Corridor Day. The Owl Girl. Lorenzo to the Owl Girl. Where is she? The girl flaps her arms and oohs. Lorenzo, enough games. The Owl Girl disappears down the corridor. Lorenzo stomps after. The Owl Girl waits for him at the end of the next corridor. Suddenly, a black Labrador runs up to him and barks. Lorenzo looks at the dog with surprise. His tag reads Rudy. Rudy lies down and plays dead on the rug. As he does, Rudy changes from black to white. Finally, the dog cramps and then contorts into a cat. A payphone rings on the wall. Lorenzo lifts the receiver. Telephone voice. Why are you answering the phone? Lorenzo remains silent. telephone voice. There are no phones in 1847. You cretino. Lorenzo grunts. Hang up the phone and go chase the owl girl, just like the script says. Lorenzo hangs up. He sees the owl girl with a limp cat in her hand. Lorenzo runs after quarter. Lorenzo runs fast, with determination. But the owl girl is always around yet another corner. He never catches up with her. Lorenzo turns a corner. There is no owl girl, but a mirror. Lorenzo sees himself briefly, and behind him stands a man in sunglasses with a dark suit. Lorenzo regards the man in the mirror, but the mirror changes, and Renat appears, levitating like a ghost. Stylish sunglasses obscure her eyes. Renat with the man's voice. I am waiting for you upstairs. I looked serious, so you might want to go check. Renat vanishes from the mirror. Lorenzo is left with the image of himself. He looks weary. He turns and goes. His footsteps echo through the empty manor, with hotel crossed out. And manor staircase, second floor, quarter night. In a dark hall, Lorenzo sees a dark shape. Lorenzo very slowly approaches it. It's Renat, with her back turned against him. Lorenzo stops, in long silence. Renat, man's voice. You keep sending the wrong goose to the butcher. Lorenzo. Baronin? Baronin. I think the Baronin would perhaps hear talk about her ascension. She can say something to the effect of, Renat clears her voice. Renat in her own voice. I have good news for you. We are not artists. We are not even art. When it comes down to it, we are all just paint. Aren't you happy with this news, magician? Renat switches voice again. Renat, the man's voice. And he would say, Lorenzo keeps his silence and defiance. Renat, man's voice. Why is this so hard for you? Why do you think of these things? This is unimportant. There are symbolic values and mirror images, yes, but none of this matters to you. Had you read my manifesto, you would have known it was never meant for viewing. Lorenzo looks confused for a moment. Lorenzo. Please, Baronin. Let's leave this place. Every maze has a solution. Not sighs heavily. Not man's voice. You really understand nothing at all. But if you understood, you would never have played your part. Time for entertainment. Here's her last performance. Renat turns slowly around. Her face is hidden by shadow. Lorenzo takes a step forward. Her eyes are empty craters. Red paint runs down her cheek. Renat, her own voice. Hold me. Please hold me. Lorenzo backs away. Renat, her own voice. Please hold me. Please hold me. Lorenzo backs further. Renat's arms flailing, searching for him like tentacles. Paint dripping everywhere she goes. Renat, her own voice. Please hold me. Lorenzo, eyes widen with fear, she comes closer. Her touch disgusts him. Suddenly, Renat increases her pace, and she touches his face. Renat, her own voice. Please hold me. Lorenzo instinctively pushes Renat with full force. Smiling, she falls towards a large window. The Baronin crashes through it and down to the ground below. Lorenzo stares at the window in shock. He steps towards the window. Rain patters against his face. On the gravel path below lies a mangled corpse. Alright. Baronin. In theater night. An excited faceless valet points at a red curtain. Lorenzo and Renat look at each other and then step through it. Rows and rows of seats. It's much too large to be inside the manor. Lorenzo stares in disbelief at the giant theater. It seems empty, but the murmuring from the crowd is deafening. Gaslight illuminates the stage. Someone clears his throat behind them, and excuse me. Behind them, and a featureless usher points towards the first row. Renat and Lorenzo finally descend the stairs towards their seats. A fanfare. The lights dim. The man dressed as Lorenzo and wearing a Lorenzo mask rides a prop horse onto the stage. Lorenzo, what is this? Lorenzo knocks on the door mid-stage, and an actress wearing a master's name Renat opens the door. Applause. The light intensifies on stage and blinds Lorenzo and Renat. On the stage, a comet hanging from wires passes. Renat and Lorenzo avert their eyes. Then the comet is gone. The stage is empty. A lone, hesitant clap from somewhere further back. The actress playing Renat walks on stage. She holds her hands in front of her, blood flowing from her eyes. Actress, please hold me. The actor playing Lorenzo steps on stage purposefully. Lorenzo does not watch their theater alter egos on stage in grim silence. Their hands join. Lorenzo drags a stylized prop window onto the stage. Renat wanders sobbing blood. Lorenzo tries to place the window in front of Renat, making her fall out. The crowd howls with laughter as Lorenzo gets more frustrated every time Renat misses the window. Actors, please hold me, please hold me. Finally, Lorenzo has enough. He grabs Renat and shoves her with full force through the glass window, and from the stage, Renat lands with a thud and a crack. Theater blood squirts into Lorenzo's face. Lorenzo forms a fist and rises. Lorenzo, enough. Lorenzo watches him silently. The whole theater boo. Lorenzo to Renat, let's go. But Renat is gone from her seat. In fact, she is nowhere to be found. Lorenzo looks around in panic, but it's like she vanished into thin air. The actress playing Renat comes back to life and is elevated by strings into the air. She bows and receives applause. The actress turns her head to Lorenzo and she takes off the Renat mask. Beneath it is a featureless face. Actress. Whisper. To be gifted is to be infested. Ideas are tiny red eggs in your brain. To the microscope, they still look the same. The good and the bad. Oh, but look at the time. Lorenzo slowly walks off stage, his footsteps echoing through the empty theater. He moves towards Lorenzo. Lorenzo turns to run, but his doppelganger catches up with him. The doppelganger removes the mask, and behind it, Maze Man, his head buzzing in an electrical manner. Maze Man, she is waiting for you. Here is an idea. Follow my daughter. The Maze Man puts his hand over Lorenzo's eyes. Let's see. Fanfare, faceless, violet, fanfare. Renat's hand moves frantically across the canvas. Lorenzo sits in an armchair by the window with his top hat on his knee, posing for a portrait. There is movement inside his top hat. Lorenzo, I think it might have been a maze, not a labyrinth. Not. Aren't they interchangeable? Lorenzo, a labyrinth prolongs the path, while a maze is for getting lost, and we are lost. We're not. It's a big house. It can sometimes be disorienting. Lorenzo, we have seen it. I think the price of admission might be an eye and a leg. Lorenzo leans forward and his hat falls on the floor. A red owl flutters out of the hat from Lorenzo. He stares at it in surprise. Or not. That was a very clever trick. The owl perches on top of the bookshelf. Lorenzo half chants as if reading, and when the third eye blinked, the red beast laid an egg within. The third eye closed, and their bastard offspring was born thousands of years later. Renat studies her canvas and is a bit confused. A realistic portrait of a man in a dark suit, but where his head is supposed to be, there is a red glowing maze. Renat notices 2 tickets in his hand, and she takes them and stares at them. Titro Rosso. Renat's bedroom. Day. The curtains have been drawn. Renat lies on top of the bed, a trace of a smirk on her lips. Lorenzo looks gravely serious on the side of the bed. Lorenzo. Are you ready for your miracle, Veronin? Renat, yes. Lorenzo spills a single drop of vermilion tears into Renat's left eye. She blinks, and Lorenzo drops another tear into her right eye. It might be a few days before it takes effect. Renat's eyes start to boil, and she screams in unfiltered agony, backs away in horror, holds his hand over his ears to protect himself against her looping, deafening screams. Everything turns back. It's out of sight. It's just eye drops. It's just eye drops. It's just eye drops. Then quiet. Lorenzo stirs to life on the floor. He sees Renat lying lifeless on the bed. Lorenzo checks her pulse in a hurry. She's still alive. Apparently he has, at some point, put a bandage around her head. 2 red dots mark the eyes, giving Renat a disturbing appearance. Veron, can you hear me? Faintly. I can hear you, magician. They tell me you are not invited. Invited where? To the cavern. I followed the echoes of my screams. They were waiting for me. Who was waiting for me? Our ancient sisters and brothers in the Far East. They are sharing the secret with me, but they won't share it with you. The cavemen think you are an obsquious ignoramus who blathers through existence. Lorenzo. Veronin, you must rest now. Or not. The labyrinth. They drew it on the wall. Go and see by the window. They say I should defenestrate you, but we have an agreement. Lorenzo slowly trudges trudges against the window. Moonlight shines on his weather-beaten face. He looks out the window. A giant garden labyrinth has appeared in the park. Renat, did you see it, magician? Lorenzo, yes. Do you see me in the labyrinth? Lorenzo squints. It's very dark. Yes, I see you. Do you see you? What do you mean? Can you see yourself in the labyrinth? Confused. Of course not. I'm not there. Neither am I. Lorenzo turns around and bumps into Renat. The red dots on the benches have grown substantially, looking like giant red bug eyes. She puts her hand on Lorenzo's face. The room turns red. Interior garden labyrinth night. Lorenzo gasps in disorientation. He is now somewhere in the labyrinth. Lorenzo quivers from fear. Renat smiles at him. Her bandage is gone, and a pair of lovely hazel eyes look at Lorenzo with affection. Renat, this is the place from my childhood. I am over there. Renat points behind Lorenzo. He turns his head to look. A girl wearing an owl mask watches him from behind. Owl girl. She runs and disappears behind a corner. Renat takes Lorenzo's hand. Come. Together they run into the labyrinth. Renat seems to know her way while Lorenzo is trying to make sense of the strange place. A red hue suddenly appears on their faces. It's the most beautiful thing they have ever seen. They smile with tears running down their cheeks. The light grows stronger and the cosmos play music just for them. Precise dead goose lies on an oak dining table. Lorenzo devours his portion in a loud manner. Renat tries to hide her disgust. Is the room satisfactory? Yes, I slept like a piglet. So it was not you I heard last night. Lorenzo drinks wine and coughs to buy some time. I was up briefly, yes. He takes a small vial from his sleeve. My vermilion tears. They need moonlight not to lose their magic. I took the liberty to use one of the windows in your studio. Renat looks amused. I took another liberty and studied some of your work. The portraits are, of course, excellent, but I am most intrigued by the drawings of signs. Renat, my Himmelskorper suite? Lorenzo, what inspired them? Renat ignores the question. Magician, might I ask you a strange question? Lorenzo, who am I to refuse an answer? Renat, did you see a labyrinth while you were in the park? Lorenzo, a labyrinth? Renat, a red labyrinth. Lorenzo, the only labyrinth I saw was the portrait of a man with a labyrinth set of a face. Renat stands up angrily. Renat, I've made no such portrait. Your lies have ceased to amuse me. I know why you are here, and I know where to look for it, but I will hold you to your word. Renzo looks like he is about to assure Renat of his pure intentions. Renat, hear my eyes. Inner dusk, whose clop echoes through the dilapidated courtyard. Algae-covered statues silently await the arrival. A pale, sickly horse comes into view, pulling a wagon painted red. In a distant past, Lorenzo walks beside the horse and leads it by its reins. Lorenzo ties the horse to an old oak. Be brave, Morse. You have nothing to fear. Just write that down. So you have nothing to fear. Lorenzo carefully approaches the front gate. He bangs the knocker. Lorenzo scans the dirty windows for any sign of life. Finally, the door creaks open, and instantly Lorenzo raises his top hat and takes a bow. A white rose appears in his hand from his hat. The miracle has arrived. An ashen woman in an expensive dress stares through him with milky eyes. Renat Schwarzwald. Renat, I do not believe in miracles. Lorenzo, that is why you need one, Baronin. Lorenzo hands the white rose to Renat. It changes color to red. Renat, you might as well perform for the shadows. My sight is fading anyway. Lorenzo, your eyes are fading because there has been nothing to see. Weary eyes need entertainment, and tired souls need miracles. Renat, who are you? Lorenzo the Great, at your service, Baronin. A magus whose name is whispered from the shores of Zanzibar to the frosty peaks of Helsinki, known to beggars and kings alike. Renat, well, you are not known to me. Good evening. Renat is about to shut the gate. Lorenzo, wait. Renat waits. Lorenzo, my journey has been a long one. My horse is tired, and to be honest, so am I. Renat looks at the very sickly-looking horse. Lorenzo, I had four once during better times, but ironically, Moores is the only one who lives. Renat, very well. Brotherhood Lodge, night. The room is dark. Besides the many lit brass candelabra, Lorenzo stands with his hat in hand. 50 men in robes watch him from a long table. At the end of the table, a stern old man ponderously strokes his sideburns. Brother Septimus, a young brother, opens a mahogany case and takes out an ornate revolver and a minotaur mask. He looks over at Brother Septimus, who nods to him. Young brother puts on the mask and aims a gun at Lorenzo's head. Young brother, play safe and never pass. Gamble to pass or perish. Lorenzo, truth above all. Risk my life, brother. Young brother, how many were our first ancient brothers? Lorenzo, 7. Young brother, correct. A seated brothers raise their goblets and drink. Young brother, what is the punishment for sharing our secret with outsiders? Lorenzo grabs hold of the table and is about to faint. Lorenzo, death. Young brother, correct. Lorenzo closes his eyes, but death does not come. Brother Septimus, under normal circumstances, you would be dead now. I'm sorry, elder brother. I was not thinking. Weariness and perhaps a crisis of faith. Forgive me, brothers. Brother Septimus, thankfully for you, these are not normal circumstances. The time is nigh, little brother, and like in the old, we shall send 7 brothers in search of that which was lost. All brothers hold up 7 fingers. Brother Septimus, 6 have already gone searching for omens. You will be 7th, the disgraced one. Lorenzo, where will you send me, elder brother? Brother Septimus, Agin Wallenberg. There lives an artist in an old manor. The prophecy mentions her. Go and see, brother, if that which has lost is there. Lorenzo nods. Brother Septimus, the lady suffers from an eye condition that will ultimately render blindness. A sad fate for a painter. Take these vermilion tears. Lorenzo, what do they do, elder brother? Brother Septimus, nothing at all, but you will use them pretending to cure the lady. It is your guise while you search her house for the third eye. Theater day. Smoke. Ah, smoke lies thick in a small tawdry theater. On the hardwood stage, a magician performs. His coat is worn and mended, but once it was expensive. Lorenzo the Great. Lorenzo, but alas, the young Mademoiselle Henrietta Dubois could not escape her sordid fate. He yanks the handle to his Aaron throw rope, and a silhouette of a man stabbing a woman appears on the wall. The crowd stares dumbly at the shadow, and they smile with yellow teeth made for biting. Renzo looks at the audience with disgust. He takes out another wheel labeled the third eye, for brotherhood use only. He hesitates, but puts the wheel in his contraption. Lorenzo, the next story is not meant for the likes of you. It's something I normally only show refined ladies and gentlemen. But I'll make an exception tonight. Those tired, ugly eyes of yours shall see something new. Lorenzo yanks the handle. Lorenzo, thousands of years ago, the third eye shone over the island in the far east, but one night it fell from the sky. A comet passed on the wall. Strangely enough, it quiets down the crowd. They follow the comet while gaping and seeing it crash to the ground. Lorenzo, a human found it, and when she held it, she saw the magic of this world. She had a vision, so she painted a creature in red ochre on a cave wall. Cave paintings show up all over the wall. The crowd is a bit confused by the effect. Lorenzo, at night, the crimson beast awoke. It spread chaos and death and devoured the human and her people. A red monster appears. The crowd screams in terror as it attacks them. Some of them have had enough and flee. Theater. Lorenzo slows down and the beast disappears. The story of the red creature became a legend, but the third eye lived on and appears in the most unlikely of places to this day. That is all for tonight. You have been a wonderful audience. Go away. The crowd mutters and leaves. One man, better dressed and cleaner than the rest, remains in his seat. He studies Lorenzo with cold eyes. Brother Tertius. When Lorenzo discovers his presence, his pupils dilate from fear. Okay. Tertius. Interesting. Hard. No. responding. Doubt it. There's no reaction. Response. Okay. Well, so much for that. Cards. Unlock the club's door. Reach the center of the quiz club. Unlock the coffee scented door. Help the old woman see. Find video cassette. Now there's multiple cassettes. Unlock the journal. Insert something. Sculpt's forehead. Astronomical clock. Hmm. $19.38. Twisted perspectives appear correct. Small appears big, yet always within an equal. We are thus to believe the truths come in pairs. Match our own truth is another truth hung on display for everyone to see. One. Two. 6. My key doesn't work in the revolve door, of course. guess we can't turn the right eye into an espresso. That's a shame. Bug report 2, okay. Two Nate. 2 and 3. 1, 2 Lee. 2 and 3. Oh, it's like the magician. Right, 1, 2, and 3. I haven't even figured out what the espresso machines are used for. I haven't found any espresso. Yeah, magician, dreamer. It's actually magician, dreamer, artist, creator. Artist. Let me get a look at the who's in it. The cemetery. That's it. Let me get a look at the cemetery. (1924 to 1963). 1923 to 2014. (1807 to 1847). Inscription circles a triqueta on the gate. Second and last, the youngest to pass. Third and fourth, the one who met fate after 40 years. First and fifth, she who lived in 2 centuries. Well, shoot. I don't really know what any of that means. You would unlock for a while, see what happens. Too late to go back. If I don't have anything more for you. Hardware laser eye. Try to walk past the sign by the boulder. Direction the sign is posting. Let's see. Laser eye hard. Library prototype. Laser eye. See if we can find the laser eye system. Maybe we can cause a bug. So we're in the forest prototype. Alright, so that's forest prototype. We go into our bug. Where is it? Bug. Forest prototype. Alright. Okay. So, goes to Lonely Grave, result in software starting in a corrupt test area, assuming and dragging Grave 1, then 8, then 4, and finally 7, crashes the software. Alright, so find the magician. Trying to walk past the sign by the boulder in the direction the sign is pointing triggers an unveil animation and sets the player character transform correctly. Triggering this bug will eventually result in software crash. Oh. Well, here's Gamma. Laser eye software failure. The software sent an invalid request to memory address 7F1. The software has been stopped to prevent damage to development hardware. Press any button to terminate the current software and shut down laser eye development hardware. Laser eye. So there was 7-1. So now we gotta find the magician. Before the lonely grave. Should be a map. Oh, lonely grave. All right. This lonely grave will result in stop starting an encrypted test area when resuming. Entering grave 1847. One. I don't know what 8, 4, and 7 are. So let's just go find the magician. Grave 1. Save magician. Trying, standing by the magician piece, spinning around on the spot will set the magician transform correctly. Trying to interact with the magician will make the software crash. Laser eye software failure. The software sent invalid customer address 64F has been stopped to prevent damage. Hardware, press the button. So we're getting 64F and then something else. I'm guessing these. Spirit. Members of a modest being. Loving memory of Davis. Sun. Rest in peace, a talented man. What are graves 1, 8, 4, and 7? I don't see a way to identify the graves by a numerical. Memory of the lonely grave up ahead. 4, 5, 6, 7. I only see 7 graves total. I guess step 1 is to spend the game close to the lonely grave. A. Fail the player character position. Set player character position to default level position. Force grave area 0. Ah. Oh, okay. Interact with grave. One. Grave 8. Grave 4. Grave 7. Oh yeah. BO8. Button. Right. Lorelei prototype 1. Library prototype. There's got to be another one of those somewhere. And 16. Yes. That's 10. Just the orangery door. I don't really have any clues yet for what I'm looking for the orangery door. 1847, though. Seems to be a pretty big clue. Throw 19. Throw 19 as well. Door. O I Lori. Lorie. Lori. Where errors 7F1 64F E08. Magician. Magician's Lorenzo. Lauren. 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2. Mm, oh, hello. Library. All right. Passage close to the woman interacting with the result in a software crash. So first off, I'm gonna find the shell behind the mission doesn't have any assigned collision. This will result in the player character being able to reach an out-of-bound space. Walk through passages 2. 0. One, 4, COE. So interacting with man with a gun. Let's go find the man with the gun or the woman. So we can check the level design. Oops. Laser eye, let's go. Oh, come on. Gotta stop suspending things. Five. Alright, the woman. Close to the woman, interact with her. So service invalid request. Marriage is 185. Alright, last one. Man with a gun. Software on the dialogue screen for 30 seconds. Okay. Oh, come on, laser eye lady. More confused by the tank controls of the character than anything else. There we go. Let's go, an American dollar. Nice. Don't ask me how she gets an American dollar from the video game, but okay. Oh man, this is the magician. Crikey. We're gonna get this last debug report code for whatever it does, and then I think we're gonna call it there for the night. Okay. You're not meant to remember me in this library. Dialogue stream for about 30 seconds result in a crash. Cool shader on the face. He decided first seed eyes, Prussian four seed head grown. Israel must join me for told. Deep egg. Okay. Everything's fine. Totally under control. Nothing to see here. Software. Alright, let's go find a computer. There's one right over here. Let's try it right over here. There's probably one right over here. Nope. There we go. Right over here is a computer. Alright. I think I am going to call that a good sesh. Got a bunch of stuff done. We'll have to keep working on it next week. Come back and join me for more Lorelei and Laser Eye. I am Andrew. This is Casco Gaming. Thank you so much. And I hope I will see you next time you're around. And as always, I have committed to finishing the stream without actually finishing the stream. Because now I gotta find all the things.